Da 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 da. Hi guys, my name's Richard Willett and welcome to Feed Your Social Media Monster. In today's episode we're going to talk about POV, which is a problem, opinion and voice, and how you need all of those things in your videos to engage your audience. Help me! So you have your kit, you're all set up, the lights are ready, the camera's rolling, the dogs are behaving themselves, you're ready to go, and what do you talk about? It can be the one thing that stops you from starting your YouTube series or your awesome new podcast. You turn the cameras on, you sit down, you're ready to go, and you think, I don't know what I'm talking about. So the first thing you're going to need to look at is your POV. So that's problem, opinion and voice. So let's have a look at problem. What problem are you trying to solve? If you pop up there into the search bar, that's up there, and type in how to, you'll see a number of videos pop up. Most titles have a how to in them, so they're trying to tell you how to solve a certain problem. So when people go onto YouTube, they'll type in how to connect to the internet, how to set up a camera, how to set up lights. This series teaches you how to feed your social media monster and how to create awesome content. So ask yourself, what problem am I trying to solve for someone, and what advice can I give over to my audience so they'll go away with something being able to solve the problem, thus coming back to join the rest of your series and subscribing to the rest. So you have something of value to give, some knowledge to pass down. So ask yourself before you start recording, what problem can I solve for my audience? The next thing you need to look at is your opinion. You need to have an opinion on what you're talking about. The worst thing you can be is vanilla, and I call it vanilla because when you get that free stripe thing that I can't pronounce, that ice cream, and the vanilla's in the middle, and you get to have that bit that's in the middle, and it's neither or neither. Though I like vanilla. Having an opinion on what you're talking about will create these three things. It will create debate, it will create discussion, and it will create interest. Interest in what you're saying, a debate and discussion are really good for the comments below. Now, do get ready because you will get a lot of negative comments. They also come along with the positive, so you need to be a bit stern. You need to be prepared for all the negative comments, but I will say that any comments are good comments. As long as you're engaging your audience, you're flaming the seed of interest up in them. So you need to have an opinion. It's never going to satisfy everybody. So do have an opinion. Don't be vanilla down the middle. Do fall on one side or the other and form your own opinions, and get ready for the comments because they will come. But that's a great thing. People are engaging, people are watching, people are choosing to tune in and debate and connect and have an opinion and got some value from what you're saying. So you need interest, discussion and debate. Now lastly, I want to talk about your voice. Now I don't talk like this during the day, it would be a bit odd. Sam, can I have a cup of tea? I would really like a cup of tea. Really like a cup of tea. Could you order me some tea, please? But most people do put on a character. They either enhance what they've got or they put on a totally different character. I'm not one for characters. I believe that eventually that becomes old hat. The tricks sort of fade and you've got to keep that character up. If you do 20 episodes in that character and suddenly you think a bit bored of this, actually it's very hard to transition over to who you actually are. So find your voice, your opinions and your style, and do it in your voice. I would suggest that you do it in your natural tone. I use a lot of comedy because I find that is best suited to me. That's a good coffee in my successful mug. But if you're doing something like you're talking about mental health, you probably don't want to put too much comedy in there. If you're talking something about like beauty therapy, you might want to have a different tone. So find the tone that's correct for the thing that you're talking about and is correct for you. I wouldn't suggest a character. We're going to do a whole episode on putting on false personas and characters and why I don't actually believe it are great things to do if you're trying to convey a how-to product. But it does work for some people, it's just not great for me. So I would suggest that you find your voice, you speak in that voice, you speak in a language that you're going to remember, in a tone you're going to remember, and one other thing is don't use buzzwords. Now I would stay away from using words like hustle or grind. They're going to make you seem like you're trying to be Tony Robbins or the next Gary Vee. They're essentially catchphrases for these people and are synonymous with these people. They're always going to make you seem as if you're trying to be fake, and your audience are going to see right through that. These are pump up words that tend to work really well in the US market, but not so well in England. Dog hair. I would stay away from any words that just sound like you're trying to copy someone else. Come up with your own terminology if need be, or just use words that you would use in your everyday language. People can see through that, and that will make them trust less in what you're trying to get across, the message that you're trying to get across. It'll just get in the way, and it'll get lost in translation and lost in language. So please don't use words like hustle and grind if they're not words that you would use during the day, and don't put on a false voice and a false pump. It's not you. Find your own way. Gary Vee and Tony Robbins have got those markets cornered. You don't need to be like them. So guys, remember to subscribe. There'll be a new Feed Your Social Media Monster every Monday and every Friday, so subscribe to the channel now, and also check out our covert coaching every Sunday for more self-development tips and tips on how to produce innovative and creative content. Well done, girls.